Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. How are you? I hope you will be doing great at home. Let's start our today's lecture with class 2 subject science unit number 9, and the title of the unit is light and shadow. Reading book page number will be 64 to 66, and after completing our reading we will move to the workbook, and the workbook pages are 18, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25 and 26. Moving toward the reading context, we will firstly do in this chapter, the name of the chapter was light and shadow. In this chapter we will firstly study about light, and after that we will study about the sources of light. There are two sources of light. One is natural source of light and the other one is man-made sources. The next topic will be properties of light. After that we will study about the materials and lights, and the materials which can pass through and cannot pass through the light is the opaque, transparent, translucent, and after that we will study about the reflection of the light. Okay students, can you see in the room? No, we cannot see. Why? Imagine for a second, if there is no light, how can you see? You cannot see any object in this room because there is no light in this room. Okay students, can you see now? Can you see the whiteboard now? Yes, you can see. Did you think why all this happened? This was happened due to the light. Before there was no light and we are unable to see any object around us, and now here is a light and we can see everything in this room and every object in this room because we can see around us through the light, because light enables us to see around us. Let's start our reading context. This is book page number 64, and the first topic is light. Light is a form of energy. We cannot see without light. The sun is our main source of light. As before I have told you that the sun is the main source of light. Sun is the main source of light, and light is a form of energy. Light enables us to see around us. If there is no light, we cannot see because we can only see when there is a light. Now we have to learn about the sources of light. There are two sources of light. First is natural light sources. In natural light sources, the sun is the major source of the light. Sun also provides us heat, energy and light. In a daytime, when there is a sun, we can look around us and we can see every object around us. And if there is no sun at night, there is a dark. We cannot see in dark. We cannot find any object in the dark. Stars are also the natural source of light because they also provide us light. And here is another example, like a firefly. It also gave us the light through the natural source. So natural sources of lights are sun, stars, firefly and moon also. On the next topic we will study about the sources of the light which are not natural source of light. They are man-made sources. On night, as you know that on nights when the moon is not visible, if we can't see moon on a night, if there is no other source of light, it is dark. Did you ever observe that in the daytime we can look here and there and we can see our objects around us due to the light of the sun? But if there is no light at night time because there is no sun, so it is dark. When it is dark, we use man-made sources of light. When sun and moon and stars are not visible to us in day and night, we will use man-made sources like fire, like candle, torch and bulb. And other examples are lamp and tube lights also. They enable us to see around our objects, and it enables us to see all the objects around us because they provide us light in the absence of the sun and the moon, because they are the natural sources of light. Here I have an example for you that the torch and a candle are the man-made sources, as we have read that fire, candle, torch and bulb are the man-made man-made sources. That sources are made by man, so we can use them in the dark. Okay students, moving toward the page number 65 of your reading books. The first paragraph is about the intensity or the power of the light. As you can see in the picture, there are two types of lights here, and these both are from the man-made sources. First one is candle light and the other one is bulb light. As you can see, the candle light will be dim light and the bright light is the bulb light. Let's read out the context from the book. Light sources vary in brightness. As you have seen in the picture, there are two types of lights, the dim light and the bright light. This is all about the brightness of the light. Some lights are bright and others are dim. Some lights are bright and the others are dim. The dim light have less intensity or power, but the bright light have more intensity or more power. The brightness is the intensity or power of the light source. Here we have read that the brightness is the intensity or power of the light of the source. Brighter the lights have higher intensity or power. As you can see, the bulb has more intensity or more power, so it can spread the light far away, but as you can say that the dim light is a candle light and it has less intensity, so it cannot spread far away. It can be closer to the dim light object. The more the light spread out, the less intense it gets. The more the light spread, if the light is spreading around the object, it can create less intensity. It can get less intensity. Now let's the last line of this paragraph. Look around the classroom and then look outside. What is the difference in the light? As you know that in a room we are using man-made sources and they are bulb and tube lights in a classroom. But outside we are using the light of the sun. So there is a great difference between these two places, like outside the room and inside the room. The outside the room, the light has more power, but inside the room we are using more than one bulb, and since we are not having enough light to see. Our next topic is about the picture or the concept check. Let's have a look on a picture. Look at these pictures and answer the question below. There are two pictures, picture number A and B. And the question is, who can see the book clearly and why? As you can see, in picture A there is a lamp and in picture B there is also a lamp. But there is a difference on the focusing the lamp on the book. In a picture A, the light is not clearly focused on the book, so it cannot be clearly seen by the girl. But in the picture B, as you can see, the light is clearly focusing on the book and it is clear to read that book. Now moving toward the properties of light. The properties of light telling us that light travels in a straight line called ray. Light travels in a straight line called ray. Ray is a straight line in which the light travels. Let's have an experiment here. Okay students, as you can see, there is a surface and a screen on which you can see the light, and there are three cardboard, or you can use any hard disk, and here is a flashlight. You can put a flashlight on an object that are opaque object, which I will read later. And now you can see there is a light on your surface. As you can notice, the light on a surface, it is traveling from a straight line which is called ray. This is the ray of the light. As we have learned that light always travel in a ray in a straight line. As we will move one object from the center, as you can see that there is no light because it is blocked by the object. It is blocked by another object, so we cannot see another straight line on a surface. To see another light, ray of the light, you have to put them in a straight line so that you will see the straight line of the light, that is called ray. Here is the second property of the light, which is shadow. Shadow are the dark area which is covered by the light. If there is an object in front of the line, it creates a dark area beside the object, that is called shadow. That is called shadow. Shadow are made when light is blocked by an object. To form a shadow, we need an object and a source of light. We need three things here: source of light, surface or a screen, or an opaque object. So let's have a look in a picture. As you can see, light always travel in a straight line, and if you are standing in front of the line, your shadow will be beside you. You can see the shadow in the picture. Now have a look on the next experiment for shadow. Okay students, let's have a look what is the shadow. As we have read that shadow is a dark area of an opaque object. See here, this is the surface or a screen. This is the surface or a screen. This is the opaque object, and this is the flashlight. When light is blocked by an opaque object, it creates a shadow. It formed a shadow. Have a look on the screen or the surface of the board. You can see light is blocked by a torch light or an opaque object. So there is a dark area on a surface which is called the shadow. Moving toward the next page number of reading book, that is the page number 66, and our next topic is what makes a shadow big or small. What makes a shadow big or small? You can even make your shadow big or small by yourself by an experiment. We will do the experiment after the end of this topic. Let's start the reading again. When an object is close to the light source, it blocks more of the light rays. The object then makes a big shadow. When the object is far away from the light, it makes a smaller shadow. Try this out yourself. Students, let's have another experiment for what makes a shadow big or small. As you can see, the light is closer to the object, so it creates a big shadow. You can see on the surface the shadow is bigger than the object because light is closer to the object. And if you are moving the light far away from the object, it forms a smaller object on the surface. As you can see, if the light is closer to the object, the shadow is bigger on a surface. But if the light is far away from that object, the shadow of that object will become smaller. As you can see, you can try this out at your home by yourself. Okay students, let's learn about materials and light. Materials and light. There are different types of material through which a light can pass through, a light cannot pass through, and a light can pass through partially. So here we have to discuss about that materials. The first one is opaque. We will talk about opaque materials. Let's start reading first. Light cannot pass through most solid objects. Solid objects, we can say these objects are opaque. As you can see in the picture, there is a steel pan, there is a wooden box, and there is a newspaper. We cannot see outside of these objects because these objects are opaque. These objects are opaque. As we have read that light cannot pass through the most solid objects. Let's have an experiment for the newspaper. As we are having light and newspaper, we have read already that the materials that cannot pass through the light, that are opaque. So newspaper is the opaque object. Newspaper is an opaque object. It cannot pass through the light. As you can see, we cannot see what is behind the newspaper. That is all about the newspaper, which is opaque object. The next material which we are going to talk about is transparent material. Light can pass through some materials such as glass and clear plastic. Glass and clear plastic, we can see these objects are transparent. Transparent objects are those objects which can allow the light to pass through with them, and that are glass, a clear water glass, and a clear plastic. These are the objects, these are the examples which can allow the light to pass through them. So these objects are known as transparent objects. Let's have a look on the transparent objects. As you can see, these are the example of transparent object. These are the object. This is the plastic, clear plastic, and this is the glass. These both objects can allow the light to pass through them. So these are the transparent objects. As we have read that the transparent objects are the objects which can allow the light to pass through them. As we have read about the opaque object, then transparent. Now it is a time to read or to study about the translucent objects. Translucent objects are the objects when only some of the light can pass through a material. When only some of the light can pass through a material like tracing paper and a frosted glass, we can say it is translucent. Here is an example of frosted glass which is a translucent object. As you know that the translucent objects are those objects which can allow the light to pass through them partially. They allow the light to pass through that object from partially. So these are called translucent. The example of the translucent objects are frosted glass, butter paper and tracing paper. As you have known that the office glasses, office doors, did you ever see the office door which is made by the frosted glass? Because you cannot look inside the office, but in office you can look outside. So these are the best example for translucent objects. Now the last topic of this chapter is reflection of light. Reflection of light means when the light reflected by some objects. Let's start reading. When light falls on some objects, it is reflected. When light falls on some objects, it is reflected. It means it goes back and we can see the light again. Smooth and shiny objects reflect more light. Smooth and shiny objects reflect more light. As you can see in the picture that there is a steel spoon and there is a gold bangle. These both objects are shiny. These both are smooth surface. So these can reflect more light. So that was all about today's lecture. Let's have a look again on today's lecture. We have studied in this lecture about light, about the sources of light, dim and bright light, about the properties of light, which was rays, the straight line, and which was the next one was shadow, which is created by an object when object is opaque. The next topic was opaque, transparent and translucent object which can allow the light to pass through them or cannot pass through them. The last topic was about the reflection of light, and that was the example of reflection of the light. I hope you understand the chapter. After studying the whole chapter from your reading book and having the experiments about shadow and light, now it is the time to solve our workbook, and we will do the workbook pages from 18 to 26. Our first page is page number 18. This is about the saving electricity. Which of the following are ways to save electricity? There are some examples, some statements. You have to tick that statements which can cause to save the electricity. The first statement is turn off the light when you leave the room. If you are going outside of the room, you have to turn off the light. So this statement is tick, mark a tick here. Our next statement is leave a computer on when you are not using it. When you are not using a computer, leave a computer on. No, it is not right. It is not good habit. So you have to turn it off. So you have to mark a cross here because it cannot save electricity while leaving the computer open when you are not using it. Our third statement is choose machines which use less energy. You have to choose that machines which have less energy. So that is the correct statement. So you have to mark a tick here. Our next statement is keep the blinds or curtain closed to keep the sun out while using air conditioner. Keep the blinds or curtain closed to keep the sun out while using air conditioner. If you are using air conditioner, you have to turn your blinds off. So this statement is correct. Write tick here. Our next statement is open the refrigerator oftenly. Open the refrigerator oftenly. It is not correct because it cannot save the electricity. So this statement is wrong. So you have to mark a cross here. You have to cross this statement. Last one is hang the clothes out in the sun to dry instead of using the clothes dryer. Instead of using the cloth dryer, you have to put your clothes outside in the sun to let them dry. So this statement is correct because it goes to use less electricity. It is the statement to saving the electricity. So you have to mark a tick here. Last statement would be tick. Now let's start our next page number, which is 20. Page number 20. Our next question is source of light. Sources of light. Color the natural sources of light. As we have already read in the chapter that there are some lights which are natural source of light and others are man-made. So here the question is you have to color the natural source of light. This is a traffic light, lamp and torch, but here is a sun. You have to color the sun because sun is a natural source of light, but the others are man-made sources. Our next question is draw any two artificial source of light. Artificial or man-made source of light you have to draw here, like a lamp, light lamp, electricity lamp and a torch. You can draw any other object which is made by man, so you can draw that also. Our next question is question number 3. What is the most important natural source of light? What is the most important natural source of the light? The sun is the most important natural source of light. Our answer is the sun is the most important natural source of light. Now this is our page number 21 of our workbook. Here is activity work. You have to make this activity and you have to observe that how does light travel. How does light travel? Dear students, let's investigate how does light travel. You need cardboard tube, ruler and a torch. What you will do? After taking these objects, these things, you have to prepare for the activity. Roll the chart paper to make a tube. Make sure both ends are open. As you can see in the picture that both ends are open and there is a tube made with chart paper or hard cardboard. The next step is glue the slate. Glue the slate. You have to stick that corner with glue stick or gum stick. Number 3 step is put burning candle on the table and use tube to see the light. You have to put burning candle on the table and you have to see while you are using tube light and tube made by cardboard. Number 4 step is now bend the tube from the middle point and see the candle again. Have you seen in the picture there is a difference between these two tubes? First one is straight and the second one is turned from the middle, that is bent from the middle. Number 5 is share your observation about traveling of light with straight tube and bent tube with your teacher and fellows. Your observation time. I was able to see the light of the candle through dash tube, through the cardboard tube, through the straight cardboard tube. I was unable to see the light of the candle through bent tube, In first picture you can see the straight tube is easily seen by the candle and the person, and in the second tube you cannot see the candle burning because the tube is bent from the middle, so it is not a straight line of the light, so we are unable to see that. So the second dash is bent tube because light got blocked at the bending point. The light was blocked in the bending point, so we will not see the bending candle. The conclusion is, I concluded that the light travels in a straight line. When line is straight, we can see the light, but when the tube is bent, we cannot see that light. Here is some information for you. Do you know? Light travels from the sun to the earth in about 8 minutes and 19 seconds. That is the time when the sun is giving the light to the earth, and the time is 8 minutes and 19 seconds. In 8 minutes and 19 seconds, the light of the sun reaches to the earth. This is your workbook, page number 23, part C, and the first question is, draw a shadow that would be casted by object according to the position of the sun. As we have read in the chapter that when light is closer to an object, the shadow which is formed on the surface would be larger than the object, larger or bigger than the object. So here the tree is near to the sun, or the sun is near to the tree, so the shadow of the tree becomes larger than the original tree. As you can see, you have to draw here a tree which is bigger than the given tree. In the next part, far from the sun. As you can see, the teddy bear is far from the sun, so the shadow which is formed by the sun or the teddy bear is smaller than the original teddy bear because sun is far away from the object. When the sun is or the light is far away from an object, it forms a smaller shadow. As you can see, you have to draw smaller object here as a teddy bear, and you have to draw bigger tree from this one. Our next question is, guess the following shadows and name the birds. These are the shadows, and you have to find out the name of the bird or name of the object which are the giving shadow to that. The first one is the shadow of the owl, so you have to write here owl. And the second one picture is eagle, the shadow of the eagle. So you have to guess what is this. This is an eagle. On page number 24, we will do part D. 1. Watch the video with your teacher and learn to distinguish transparent, opaque and translucent objects. These objects we have discussed in our chapter, but you have to watch the video. Here the link is given. You have to enter the link in a search bar, and you will find the video about the objects which are opaque, transparent and translucent. Our next question is, draw a line to match the object with its property. These are matching. These are the objects, these are the properties and objects. Again, you have to find it out which object suits the best property. First one is transparent. You have to find out which object is transparent in this page. First one, glasses. As we can see through the glasses while there is light. So glasses are the transparent, match that with transparent. The other one is magnifying glass. As you can see, there is a magnifying glass, and you know that the magnifying glass allow the light to pass through it. So this is the transparent objects. I am repeating. Transparent objects are the objects which can allow the light to pass through them, and these are glasses and magnifying glass. Our next property is translucent. As we have already read that the translucent objects are those objects which can allow the light to pass through them partially, not properly, not fully closed, but it is giving the permission to the light to pass through them by partially. As the leaf is a translucent object and the t-shirt is also translucent object. Now the third one is opaque. Do you know what is opaque? Opaque are the objects which can block the light from the source of the light and that make the shadow. Opaque are the objects which cannot let the light pass through with them. So here are the example: wooden door. Wooden door is an opaque object and the other opaque is books. As we know that the light cannot pass through the books and wooden door, so these two are opaque objects. This is page number 25, part E. Choose the correct answer. Now we are going to start our MCQs. First one is light travels in a straight line. These are called, we have read that the straight lines are called rays. So you have to tick on rays. Light travels in straight line. These are called rays. Number 2 is the type of surface which reflect more light are tall, dark and smooth, smooth and shiny, large objects or cars. Again, the types of surface which reflects more light are smooth and shiny. As we know that the smooth and shiny objects allow the light to reflect more. So, the answer is smooth and shiny. Number 3 is which of these can light pass through? Which of these can light pass through? Wooden door, glass window, thick curtain, metal. So, your answer would be glass window. As we know that a glass window is a transparent object, so it is giving the permission or it is allowed that the light can be passed through from the glass window. Number 4 one is how is shadow formed when light is blocked by an object, when there is no light, when a surface reflects light, when there is too much light. And your answer is when light is blocked by an object. When light is blocked by an object, it forms shadow. It forms shadow. Number 5 one is which of these statements is correct? Which of these statement is correct? An object close to the light makes a big shadow. An object close to the light makes a small shadow. Number C, a big object makes a small shadow. An object far away from light makes big shadow. No. Your answer would be first part, part A. An object close to the light makes a big shadow. An object close to the light makes a big shadow. So you have to mark on part A. Our next question is question number 2. Fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. Number 1 is the dash reflects the light of the sun. The dash reflects the light of the sun. The answer would be moon. The moon reflects the light of the sun. Number 2 is light cannot pass through most dash objects, solid objects. Light cannot pass through most solid objects like wooden window or wooden door. Number 3 is smooth shiny objects reflect more light. Smooth shiny objects reflect more light. This is your page number 26, the last page of your workbook of this chapter. Part F answers the following question. Here are the question answers of this chapter. Question number 1 is name any 4 objects that reflect light. Name any 4 objects that reflect light. First one is metal spoon, black paper, mirror, TV screen. Again, metal spoon, black paper, mirror and TV screen. Your question number 2 is light cannot pass through which objects? Light cannot pass through from the opaque objects, and here you have to give some examples of opaque objects, and which are bricks. Answer is bricks, book, pen and box. Again, brick, book, pen and box. These are the solid objects and it cannot allow the light to pass through them. So these are the opaque objects. Your next question is question number 3. How are shadows formed? How are shadows formed? Shadows are made when light is blocked by an object. Again, shadows are made when light is blocked by an object. Last question is question number 4. How does the size of shadow change when the light source is moved closer to the object? When the source of the light is more clear to the object, the answer is when an object is close to a light source. When an object is close to a light source, it blocks more of the light rays. The object then makes a big shadow. Repeat again with me. When an object is close to a light source, it blocks more of the light rays. The object then makes a big shadow. Here our chapter is complete. Say Alhamdulillah. Allah Hafiz.